Now, the first thing that I like to do is I want to know what's on the floor. So is this a vinyl tile 12 by 12? Is it an asbestos vinyl tile floor, which is a 9 by 9 tile? If it's asbestos flooring, then EPA has a regulation, and it has a bunch of provisions around how to do that. So as an example, you would never dry strip an asbestos floor. There's also asbestos flooring, asbestos tile that they stopped manufacturing in about 1985, which is 9 by 9 and 12 by 12. Sometimes there's an old box of tile somewhere in the basement of a school, and the back of the tile will indicate what type of tile it is. You also see this new addition to our industry, which is the plank vinyl tile that we're seeing a lot of the architects put in. Some of it looks like wood, some of it may appear to be stone, but it's classified as a vinyl flooring, and some people are trying to sell this as a no-finish floor. Remember this about quote-unquote no-finish floors is that all floors abrade, and what I mean by that is that there's a lot of grit and sand, especially in schools and universities, that gets tracked into these buildings, and without having a protective coating on certain kinds of floors, the floor actually can abrade like sandpaper, and it can wear through the surface of the flooring itself. There's also sheet linoleum and sheet vinyl tile. I see a lot of sheet linoleum in older buildings. I also see it a lot in hospitals. It's very thin, it's very vulnerable. In many cases, repeated stripping cycles can also have an impact on that surface. And so I'm very careful about those thin floors, and the types of pads that you use. Also, you have to be cautious because the sheet linoleum is very thin. There's also roll goods in the vinyl tile. It's the same as a 12 by 12, a little bit thinner and a much larger composition material that can be laid on a floor. We also see studded rubber flooring in a lot of educational facilities. We see it a lot on stairs and a lot on landings. And then sometimes in a K-12 school, mostly it's the elementary schools, instead of having a expensive wood floor in the gymnasium, we will see a tartan floor, what we call a rubber floor. We're also seeing a lot of rubber floors being put into new hospitals where these are no-finish floors, and they do have warranties, and they do require certain types of chemicals that are safe chemistry. Some of these floors also should not have floor finish on them. And so rubber floors and studded rubber floors were never ever really designed to have a topical coating or a floor finish on it, where the other remaining resilient tile floors, obviously you can put that on there. And we're talking about a water-based finish, not a solvent-based finish. In my opinion, solvent-based finishes don't belong on any resilient flooring. Remember that whatever you put down, eventually someone's going to have to take it up. And so it's a good idea to keep a log of what we did to the floor, what type of product we put down, to make sure that any strippers or any type of removal techniques are defined as part of that particular chemical manufacturer.